Hi there, Cosmic Family. My name is Yaliali. In this incarnation, we are here in one more day of this planetary ascension. The focus of the reading today is guidance to create expansion. So let's go there. Let's see what we have. It is a timeless reading, but this week, and actually in the month of August, we are experiencing these squares between Jupiter in Gemini and Saturn in Pisces. So we have to find a middle point between expansion and the boundaries that we need to establish. So let's go there. Let's see, what do you need to listen to for the people that can resonate with this reading today? Right. I'm going to pull 3 more cards. Okay. What do you need to listen to create expansion? We have the 5 of Cups, the Page of Cups, and also the Devil. So certainly you are going through an experience that it is not comfortable at all with the 5 of Cups. I think it is very important to change a perception. Many times this card, it is very associated with those things that are not working as we want them to do. This could be linked also with losses, in the emotional level, and the sadness that this could bring. But well, of course, it is very important to give a space to those emotions, but it is also very important to come back to the present and to perceive with this page that there is an opportunity that can, turn back bring back the brightness to your heart, and with the Devil, I am also seeing that there is a situation that is causing this attachment, is causing this blockage. We are going to get deeper in that, but mainly it is about a decision that you need to assume. And because you are so attached to an old dynamic or an old way of being, or maybe to the thoughts that are convincing you that you cannot leave this place right now, that is becoming uncomfortable and painful, or that is creating the sensation that you cannot free yourself. Well, this card, it is talking about, the understanding how those unconscious patterns are operating and assuming the decision to free oneself. So linked with this situation, I have the Knight of Swords, we have the King of Cups, and we have the 3 of Wands. What I am perceiving with this Knight of Swords is that, of course, this situation is creating anger, because in the end, what you are experiencing, it is not bringing the growth you want, and it is constantly turning you, it is constantly turning your perception back to the things that are not working, because there is a pattern that is being repeated in this situation. And of course, the anger is that signal of the rejection that many times we do to make other steps that can, that could be also discomfort, that could also be uncomfortable in a certain way, because we are integrating new energy. But the ones that are allowing us to stay in this inner peace and to finally create the expansion that we want, because that is the focus of the reading today. So with the Knight and this combination, the 3 of wands that I pulled, clarifying this Devil, this is linked with a decision that is going to create expansion, but your emotions are convincing you, and the patterns that are creating those emotions are convincing you that you are not able to do this, that you are not able to do or to take this step. And that's why the king is coming out. And I think, it is the the aspect, the growth aspect of the page. This king is the one that knows, that has compassion for his own wounds, his emotions, the fears, the resistances. But even though it has compassion for all of that and acceptance, it makes still the decisions that are needed to do in order, to create the freedom and the expansion that you want to feel inside. Because in the end, that is the only expansion that matters. Then that is projected, of course, in the long term, in situations on the outside, or maybe not in that long term, but mainly many things that we do want to experiment, or projects or experiences of life, they have, matter has its processes. uh, and yeah, many times that it could be frustrating. Okay, I'm going to pull 3 more cards on how you can start to transcend the situation, and finally the advices. Right. Right. I have the the 7 of Cups, the 5 of Swords, and the Death. So it is very probable, now that I am connecting the cards, with this Knight of Swords, the Devil, well, that you are like, yeah, attracting very uncomfortable things, very uncomfortable situations, even of conflict. And with attracting, this is very important. It is not about assuming the responsibility for how other people can act. It is not about assuming the responsibility for the aggressiveness, the lack of empathy. It is not about that, but understanding that those situations that are making you feel trapped at this point are helping you, or are pushing you, let's say, are pushing you to make this move, because it is expansive, it is good for you. And I think that deep down with the king, you know it. But of course, this is creating anger. And with the 7 of Cups, it is like there is coming this lack of clarity, because you are not giving, the first step. It is like we have a page in here. So I think it is important right now, a Page of Pentacles, to start to experiment. Many times we want to fantasize, or staying in a place where we are daydreaming all the time. And of course, that is a good exercise for our imagination. But there are, that there could be a pattern for certain people in which they want to always fantasize, because staying in that space, it is it became a comfort zone. And life right now is asking for you to start to take steps to develop these dreams. And of course, in that process, you will make this difference from the things that are really possible. And I think there are many things that are possible. But in that process, we discover the ones that are really responding to our soul, and the ones that are really responding to our ego. That's what I'm trying to say. With the 5, I am seeing this energy of conflict, and it is probably this reason why you are feeling also the anger. Maybe, there are people that are not showing like the best face with you. And of course, it is important to establish boundaries. But at the same time, with that, I am also seeing this need to allow the transformation, to allow the death of you, the parts that are keeping you stuck here. So here we have a like the first moves that you can do in order to transcend this uncomfortable situation and starting to create expansion. This Five of Swords could also mean that as things are not developing as the way you want, then you are feeling like defeated by life. This could be other perception of the Five of Swords. So right. Oh, that advices are very, very nice ones. I understand. With the Ten of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and the Four of Cups, it is very clear that although this is happening, as I said, in a very uncomfortable way, and that it is arising so much emotions, emotions of fear, of anger, of sadness, whatever thing it is coming right now, and that we don't need to judge. This situation is leading you to create actually the stability and the experiences in your material reality that you really want to experiment. This situation is pushing you to a new beginning where you can feel inspired by life again, where you can reconnect with the sense of purpose and the joy of expressing yourselves in creative ways. So for some of you, this is mainly about relationships. For some of you, it is about other areas of life, such as resources. But this is pushing you to materialize something, a legacy also. And with the Four of Cups, it is like you are not taking this opportunity because you are too much in that defensive state. And maybe you went through such difficult things the last time that right now you are not seeing this as an opportunity, but it is. It is another opportunity as all the other ones. As as the negative things that we went through, they are also opportunities. But yeah, I know that many times it is hard to see them that way. It is a practice of perception many times. And it is not about forcing ourselves to perceive that, but to practice to understand that what that is showing us in the levels that we can at the present moment. But I think that we always get to a point where we can connect all the things that brought us to the present. So many times we need to move forward without fully understand everything, of course. Well, I am closing this reading here. Thank you, everyone, and see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.